Hi everyone and welcome to Weekend Ticket. I'm Dave Karger here at the Fandango headquarters. There are 3 movies opening this week, all of which I can highly recommend. The supernatural thriller The Mortal Instruments City of Bones, the horror film You're Next, and the very funny British comedy The World's End.
As people may or may not be aware, The World's End is the last film of a trilogy that included Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. With a maximum score of 100, what % enjoyment can someone who has not seen the other 2 films get out of this movie?
100%.
Oh, 100. It's a trilogy, of course.
100% whole week.
101% if there's such a thing.
We'll have more with the guys from The World's End a little bit later in the episode, but first, which movie is perfect for you? Let's break it down. Okay, let's begin with The Mortal Instruments.
Shadowhunters.
Half angel, half human. Beings of immense power. Strong enough to restore balance and protect the world in a war against evil.
This is a very entertaining adaptation of the popular book series. It has some dark sequences, so it's not great for young kids, but if you're 13 or over and you're a fan of the Twilight films, then this is the best choice for you. Also opening this week is You're Next.
What is that?
This is a very gory but crowd-pleasing home invasion thriller. If you're faint of heart or weak of stomach, this is not the movie for you. But if you are a horror film fan, then you will have a lot of fun at this one. And finally, we have The World's End.
Oh, it's weird, isn't it? You come back and everything's sort of different.
I suggest you get on your way. Welcome home, boys.
This is an extremely funny comedy about 5 old friends who return to where they grew up to go on a pub crawl, only to realize that their hometown has changed drastically. I would advise not reading too much about this movie before you go and see it, but take my word for it, you will love it. I met up with the stars of The World's End, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, along with their director, Edgar Wright. Check it out.
So the movie is about kind of the craziest pub crawl ever, and even though you guys weren't actually drinking beer throughout the filming, did it ever get to a point where you just could not bear the thought of putting liquid inside your mouth?
A weird question to ask. Wow. I've been asked a lot of questions in my career.
It's hot in here. I don't think I'll ever get tired of putting liquid in my mouth.
Because you'd die if you didn't. Obviously, we couldn't drink anything but water because of the sheer volume we were drinking. The film is about guys who are try and go through 12 pubs and 12 pints of beer. And you know, there were multiple takes per pub, so we were drinking a lot. And so it had to be water, otherwise we would have had like apple poisoning if it had been apple juice.
Let's also talk about the great running gag in all the films, which is someone, usually you, attempting to jump a garden hedge and failing miserably. What is actually on the other side of the hedge for you to fall
There's
on?
like a sort of a thin stunt mat, basically.
A thin stuntman.
A thin, not a stunt man.
Very
a thin stunt mat.
Who catches me.
I say to Simon, one of these 6 takes, the mat's not going to be there, and you have to guess which one.
Well, listen, I've said it before, I will say it again. The World's End, best comedy I've seen in 2013. In
Dave,
theaters
we
this
love you.
week. See it, or you'll be missing out.
Okay, so that's what's going on at the movies this week. I'm Dave Karger. Thanks so much for watching Weekend Ticket. So what's your weekend ticket going to be? Buy your tickets on Fandango.